or standing on the sideline. Does she ever need me? I'm sleeping on a doorstep. Should you ever feel it? I'm swaying on the corner. I'm waiting for my baby. I'm waiting for the sunshine. Into my ear, and Jesus' touch ain't never felt so near. So come and let me hear it. But lately, she takes me up in so.
Good morning, guys. How are you today? I don't even know if I'm in the shot at this point. It's Tuesday today. Did some exercise this morning, had a few meetings, got back, caught up on all of our emails. Hi. And now just continuing with the work day. Mr. Finn is here as well. Just took me for a little wee. Hi guys. Sorry, I actually just needed to run out of that because someone was walking behind me, it was too loud, then someone was driving past me and I got embarrassed. So, come inside. Like I was saying, Finn is now asleep, so I can't show you, but he's gotten so big. Where is he? He's just by the door. He's gotten so big, which obviously isn't huge because he's going to be a 30 centimeter dog. So he's not massive, but he's massive for Finn. And yeah, what else do I have to fill you in on? Not much. Good morning, guys. How are you today? Thursday today. Just finished our first milk meeting for the morning, and now I'm getting started with my day. We have a few tasks that we kind of need to turn around really quickly so we can send them to client tonight. And yeah, it's just a basic work day today, which is every day really, but it's the end of the week, so that's exciting. I'm exhausted. We got some new furniture yesterday, which is great. I haven't styled it yet, so it's still a little bit all over the place, but I'll give you a little peek. Let me just turn the fan off. We got this little side table, which is beautiful. I think it looks really great in the space. It has these beautiful metal legs, and I'm thinking we'll get like a nice mirror, stand on there, some beautiful vases, maybe like a bust to style it really beautifully. And the background for the meetings is this, which I just think is really beautiful. Oh, maybe I'll take that bust and put it on the side table. Because I also like the empty shelves in this. I think they look really beautiful. So that's a good idea. So we also got a new desk for upstairs. So yes, things are slowly coming together. We're putting a little bit more effort into the house, which is great. And yeah, it's all very exciting. I can't wait for the weekend. I can't wait to read. I want to finish my book. I'm currently reading A Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion. which I've loved. It's been, oh, ignore the towel that's hanging off the wall. It's been really interesting to think about grief in a more different framework. We all experience grief. I mean, I haven't lost anyone directly related to me. Well, I've lost my grandfather, who was a massive loss, but he had a major fall. And so he had fundamentally changed and shifted as a person. So he had a brain injury, which I think it affected his frontal cortex. So I was in the process of mourning someone while they were alive, because the granddad I knew just completely didn't exist anymore. So when he actually died, it was a huge shock. And there was this finality of knowing that I would never know my granddad again. Like he wouldn't get to see my life progress. He wouldn't get to see Kid and I get married, have kids, build this business. But I had been going through the motions of mourning for a while before then. So this book is it's written really beautifully, and it's really interesting to see Joan go through all these phases of intellectualizing her loss and how grief can actually make people go crazy. But it doesn't sit so close to home to me, just because my experience of grief has been different and somewhat disconnected, but still an absolutely beautiful book, which I love. But I do want to finish it because I have so many others that I want to get onto. I think the next one is, I don't know what it's called, the Tara Westover one, the autobiography. That just seems great. The reviews are great. I think it's a really interesting story. So yes, I'm excited for the weekend so I can read and get into new books and just catch my breath. But yes, what have you guys been doing this week? How's your week been? How are we all feeling with Russia invading Ukraine? It's all a bit hectic at the moment. I hope you're all doing well, looking after yourself, not feeling too overwhelmed. Yes. And I've just realized that my t-shirt has been mooning you the whole time. We just had our last meeting for the evening, but I'm not done working. We're gonna have a late night. I'm so annoyed at Woolies. I bought these potatoes 2 days ago. Finn is also annoyed at Woolies. I bought these potatoes 2 days. I bought these potatoes 2 days ago. Yeah, I know. What are you doing? Oh, he's just grabbing at the ball. Anyway, I bought these potatoes 2 days ago. They are already fucking rotten. The other day, I bought a big bag of potatoes. What was it? A kilogram. It exploded on my knee a week after I bought it. It was disgusting and rotten, and I don't know if there's anything worse than the smell of rotten potatoes. So can you tell me, Woolies, why I'm paying a premium for your veg, for it to fucking stink up my pantry and burst on my favorite jeans? Disgusting. I even washed them, took them out, washed them, took the sus-looking potatoes out, washed the bag and put them back in, and one more day, they're stinking. I'm convinced that these were fucking on the shelf for like a month before I bought them. Anyway, today has been a hectic day. Today's been a hectic day. I had a breakdown, a big fat cry. I have a lot of work going on. So a bit overwhelmed, a bit tired. I haven't been able to exercise for the last 4 days, which has been, well, the last 3 days, which has been upsetting, but I've been so tired that I actually can't be bothered. But I still hate it because I want to exercise 4 times a week. But anyway, it's fine. Sometimes it's just not in the cards, and that's alright. I also want to be eating healthier, but it's 7:30 and we've just finished work. So we're getting muchachos takeout, you know? And that's alright. I don't know if you can even hear me over Finn playing with the bottle cap. Hey! Oh, I forgot to say, Finn had a ginormous shit in the kitchen, just to top it off. A big old... I'm gonna take this bottle cap away from me. As I was saying, Finn had a big old shit in the kitchen. A big, sloppy, wet one. Probably the biggest poo he's ever taken in his 3 months of life in our kitchen. To which we thought we had cleaned up properly. Alas, we hadn't, and Cahill stuck his hand in it. It was delicious and really appreciated. I think he knew that's what we needed to top off our fabulous day. Stepped in it, had to clean him up on his paws. I don't know if this if this is just too disgusting to have in a vlog, but it's real life. And now he's trying to drag the bag off the staircase. So all in all, he's been really good today.
Are you filming? Did you say you have to make sure some products are something?
I want to make sure. Do you want to run through what your muchacho's order is at the moment?
Shawarma.
What?
Beef. Chicken.
Spice.
Hot. I don't know. Whatever you order.
Extra hot.
That's my muchacho's order.
Mine is a beef shawarma, mild, with peri mayo, and I get extra chips. And it's not a sexy meal by any stretch of the imagination, but it's bloody good. Hi everyone. 12:30. Still at it. Eating our cold muchachos chips. How are we feeling, babe?
Good.
That's not what you were wearing earlier today. And you're right, it's not. Because our entire house flooded. Huge hailstorm. Everything got completely soaked. Water coming through the door, onto the electricals, the modem, the router. Absolute shit show. We have this big umbrella out on our patio, right by our window. It was seconds away from crashing into the window. So amidst hailstorm, hail beating down onto my face, I had to run out, try close the umbrella, which I did almost blew away in the process. But yeah, now the house is kind of cleaned. The roof leaked. It was just an absolute disaster. I wish I could get footage of it, but I didn't. I was too busy trying to survive. But yeah, now I'm in my comfies, trying to get some work done. But this has just put a major spanner in our day. But that's alright, you know. Sometimes it happens. The joy of having to look after a property and being an adult. And I'm just crossing my fingers that my garden is not completely demolished. The last time this happened, everything was just wiped out. My roses, my flowers, and Kihil's planted tomatoes, and they had little fruit on them, veg on them. What is a tomato? Fruit, I think. So I'm hoping not everything is destroyed, but the likelihood is that it is, just because the hail was so huge. But yes, what a day. Happy Saturday, guys. How are you? Excuse my ratty appearance. Today's been a crazy day, just in the sense like I'm so tired, and Finn is not. Finn is the most energetic he's ever been in his life. So didn't get to sleep in. He was attacking my face this morning. Wanted to play. So now it's 6:30. Kihil's making dinner, which is gonna be delicious. And it actually has been a relaxing day in the sense that we haven't done anything. We've done some work, but I haven't done that reading that I wanted to desperately do. I've just kind of sat around being tired, doing a little bit of work, walking Finn. That's what happened today. We took Finn for a very long walk, and he's getting quite, I'm not gonna say good, but he's getting better at walking on a lead. He's obviously so small. He's only 12 weeks. No, he's 13 weeks on Monday. So he doesn't really understand the concept just yet, but he's getting there, which is all we can ask for. And yeah, my weekend's been pretty uneventful, which I guess is actually what we want. An uneventful weekend where I can just bum around and not put any effort into how I look and just relax. I think I had about 50 cups of tea. 50 cups of tea today. So yes. What have you guys been doing on the weekend? What do you like to do in Joburg? If you are in Joburg, if you're somewhere else, what do you like to do wherever you are? I feel like Joburg's a little bit tricky to navigate post-COVID, or mid-COVID rather. Restaurants kind of stress me out, even though I've had COVID and I'm double vaxxed, so I'm sure that I have a relatively decent amount of immunity. I just can't seem to get comfortable in scenarios when there's lots of people. So I feel like COVID has kind of, I don't know what to do since COVID without feeling anxious and without feeling like I'm going to get sick or pass it to my parents or stuff like that. So what are you guys doing? How are you coping? Are you just saying, fuck it, I'm going to go out and do what I need to do? Or, beautiful. Or are you kind of just trying new things? Like, I would love some suggestions, because during the week my life is pretty packed and repetitive. So ideally I would like to have some stuff to do on the weekend. It's obviously hard now with Finn because he's so small, so we can't leave him alone. He has to come with us, and he's not big enough to go on like a hike or Magaliesberg or things like that. So what are you guys doing? Let me know. I hope you've had a great weekend, a great Saturday. And I'm sorry that this vlog has kind of been a little bit dull and not much talking because there hasn't been much to say. But I guess it's the reality of working a full-time job, and yeah. Anyway, talk to you later. Hello guys, how are you today? It's a Sunday and we just got back home after being at Cahill's parents for brunch. We came home in a massive storm, but luckily Cahill put like almost sandbags outside of our front door, which kind of protected us from the rain. So we didn't have as bad of a situation as Friday, but still, water did come through, but it was manageable. Yes. How are you today? What have you been doing? What does your family Sunday look like? We're going to my parents now in about an hour and a half for an early dinner, which will be lovely. I have some work to do, but I finished the book. I finished. So, should we do a quick book? I don't know if we should do a quick book update, but I'll do one anyway. Year of Magical Thinking, I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. I didn't like it as much as the White Album, but I think... Actually, I don't know if I can say that. I love them both. This was just a completely different book. Joan has like a very clear voice, so I know that I'm reading her, but this is just such a specific experience about grief, and I loved it. I thought it was beautiful and clever, and I love that she kind of peppers it with like scientific journals. I love that. And now I'm on to Educated by Tara Westover. I've just finished chapter 2 and I'm really loving it. I think it's a really interesting, it's so different from how I grew up with such an emphasis on education and academic performance, and you know, I really tried to perform at school. It was important to me, it was important to my parents. And I was always, you know, like education was like the number one thing. As a girl child, you know, society can take so much from you, but they can't take your education and they can't take your mind. Well, they can try, but, so I love this. I think the idea that you're, you know, so the back basically says, Tara Westover and her family grew up preparing for the end of days, but according to the government, she didn't exist. She hadn't been registered for a birth certificate, she had no school records because she'd never set foot in a classroom, and no medical records because her father didn't believe in hospitals. And it's just a really, really, really interesting book so far in my 30 pages. Is it even 30 pages? 20 pages. So, I'll let you know how it goes and what I think of it in the end. I'm hoping I'll love it. I'm sure I will. So yeah.